PNR. Today is October 16th, 2025. And recently, October 13th, 3 days ago, Andrew Holness court case was seen, proceeding. Now, the report that came after that, we are a bit confused about. I know I don't understand. It's fine. It's trying to understand what we should be talking about. No. In this one, ladies and gentlemen, Mystic Sensation, it's 100% and also I'm gonna play a clip from Drebrian on Out of the Press page. Shout out to Out of the Press, alright? Yeah man, big up Out of the Press. I think it's this clip, yes. Alright? So this clip right here. Make sure that you guys go and subscribe to Out of the Press, ladies and gentlemen. Go and subscribe to Mystic Sensation as well. But let us first hear from Mystic Sensation, and then we're gonna go to Drebrian. So we're gonna get a comprehensive listen to how this thing actually went. So listen to this.
Document that I really love, but some people reading it, right, really misconstruing the purpose of what was communicated in the document as it relates to court's grants stay in Holness, right, challenge against the Integrity Commission, all right. And some people believe that, okay, all right, Andrew Holness succeeded. And no, Andrew Holness failed miserably again in this. This again tells me that our justice system is working. So let me just bring up that document and go through it for people, right? For some of the people who are misconstruing this information, right? Let us put it up, right? If we don't notice, people, Big Mama and those people, they are not running out, because this is an embarrassment for Andrew Holness. Court grants stay in Holness challenge against Integrity Commission. Now, Andrew Holness, let me ask you. Now you run go take up motion against the Integrity Commission, and it is embarrassing now that you and your lawyers now, right, talking about stay, indefinite stay, right? Because you don't want the judge to pronounce any judgment, because you know that you are in the red. You know that you're wrong, and you don't want to be further embarrassed. Let us get into this document, because this is the document that I love. Now, here it is. I'm not even going to play the video. I want to read it. Now, the legal challenge mounted by Prime Minister Dr. Andrew Holness against the Integrity Commission report into his finances as being stayed indefinitely by the Supreme Court. Andrew, you should have shame of yourself. This now tells Jamaica that you are guilty, sir. You are guilty. Let me just remind Jamaica something before we get into biting this piece of this document. I love this. I love this. I love this. Now, let me say this. If Jamaican people remember the case with Zara Burton investigating Andrew Holness, and Andrew Holness getting lawyers to sue Zara Burton. Well, guess what? Andrew Holness has lost the case. Andrew Holness has lost the case with Zara Burton. Simply means that everything that Zara Burton communicated on, right, is the bill of truth. So then likewise with this, when Andrew Holness run and take out motion, you realize that the road that you were going down is self-destructive, right? And the lawyers advise you, right, to stop it. So this is what this is about. Where, imagine now, this now should tell every single Jamaican and those who are defending you, Big Mama, Emily Shields, and all of those people who are defending you, that you are guilty as dead.
But all of this could have been settled if he just provide the documentation that they've been asking for years to validate all of what he says he has.
Yes. So let us just bite down in more. The stay was granted on Tuesday when the case came up for hearing before the Judicial Review Court, right? Dr. Holness and his attorneys were granted the stay pending the outcome of their appeal against an August ruling by the Supreme Court to reject his push to dismiss an affidavit by the IC's Director of Information. Also in this, he's a failure. No.
what I'm getting from that is
yes,
the stay was granted based on the fact that they're awaiting the ruling from this affidavit, from this dismissal that he wanted for the affidavit from the IC Director of Information, the one that he wanted them to say, to redact some of what was in it.
Yes.
So based on them awaiting that ruling, then he got the stay of execution, because nothing can proceed until they figure that part out.
But again,
getting from that,
you're correct, Oni. But again, it is non-productive. It is non-productive because the information is out there already.
So I don't know where they're going with that.
Exactly, where is he going with that? All the information that he's trying to secure is already out there in the public. So this makes no sense.
Because he's already he filed the motion before it was thrown out in the public. Then I guess they still have to go through with it. But whether it's redacted or
whether it's
after the fact,
it's after the fact. The information is out there already, right? Now, Justice Althea Jarrett had dismissed the application by Dr. Holness and 3 connected companies to strike out part of the Director of Information affidavit as being scandalous, irrelevant, and an abuse of process. So the judge strike out that to say that, right, all of the information that was there was indeed collected on the basis, right, evidence base, right, and it was properly done, right, and it was relevant to the situation. All right, so let us read and break that down. The judge held that the evidence is relevant to the claim and that the Director of Information had a duty to disclose the information. Bang, bang, bang. Lose there. So again, in December last year, the Prime Minister was granted leave by the Supreme Court to seek judicial review in his battle with the Integrity Commission. This followed the IC's refusal to certify his declaration and referring the case to the Financial Investigation Division. Right? In the controversial 171-page report, the IC's Director of Investigation, Kevin Stevenson, said he could not conclude on the question of illicit enrichment, highlighted unexplained financial discrepancies in Dr. Holness' 2021 income filings, and raised questions about tax compliance and transactions over 470 million involving connected companies and tax compliance. Andrew Holness, you're in a lot of trouble. So the only thing I can look at this is, okay, how long you can play delay tactics and what you're going to do in terms of when, you know, things come up to bomb. And Jamaica, looking on this now in terms of my subjective opinion, maybe just argue. If FID did have...
Before Uncle Byron go into his argument, right? Before he goes into his argument, let us go to this clip. Before he goes into his argument, let's go into this clip.
Investigations Division details, but Dr. Holness has denied any wrongdoing, claiming the report is flawed and unfairly suggests unethical and criminal conduct by him and affiliated firms. Hal Shane Burke, TVJ News.
And we're joined by Comrade Tara, where she can give some, you know, advice as to what exactly what the court decide. Good afternoon, Tara. Welcome to the Drebrian Show. Happy you could join me. Go ahead, my dear.
Good afternoon, Andre. Good afternoon, listeners. So I wanted to try to break it down for those of us who may not necessarily get it in its entirety the way it was delivered in the news. So if we recall, pre the election, the Prime Minister tried to strike out and have removed the affidavit by Kevin from the Integrity Commission, right? What he and his lawyers were saying is, no, sir, you can't use this as evidence. We don't want the affidavit there. We want it removed. Strike it out, strike it down. It cannot be used in this court case we have brought. Because remember, it's not anybody but the Prime Minister and his lawyers that went ahead and brought this case against the state, against his very own country, and against the Integrity Commission, which is the watchdog for corruption.
Yes.
He wanted to strike down, part of his case is to strike down, the irony of it, to strike down what the integrity finds as illicit enrichment. He want that completely removed. So that if it is removed, him nor anybody else can be charged for illicit enrichment. He wants that gone, right? I believe it is 53C1. He wants that removed. Now, in this case, the judge said, but no, this affidavit is actually permissible. We will not strike it down. It can be used, and what the content of it can be used in your case. It can be referred to, it can be, pieces of it can be pulled out as evidence and referred to, and that's what he didn't want, because if anybody took the time, listen to your show, listen to other shows, Stevens, Shelley, Rattigan, etc., who brought down the case, there was a lot of damning evidence in that affidavit. And what she was saying is that affidavit was given as a deposition. So it is obviously usable. Now, what happened is, even though it was rejected, his request, what his lawyers did is went ahead and appealed it. And in that appeal, that case has not been heard as yet by the higher court. So because it hasn't been heard yet and a decision hasn't been made by the higher court, whether it can stay, meaning they would agree with the judge's ruling, or it can be struck down, meaning that it would be not permissible to be used in the case, the judge yesterday now said, until that is decided, we have to stay this case indefinitely. A date would not be given, because should she have said tomorrow, next week, next month, she doesn't know when that case would be heard by the higher court. So she cannot give a date to it. It has to be indefinite until that case is heard and decided, because if it is decided that the higher court will agree that it is to remain and should not be struck down, that means if the case were to proceed right now, that affidavit could not be used, because that part of it is still before the court. So once it is in the court and a decision hasn't been made, you can't say you can use it or you can't use it. So until a decision is made, that part of the trial, the full trial, is on hold. And that's what the stay and an indefinite stay means, that it's paused until that part is heard.
Very well put together. Now I get the full extent of it all. Now I get it. So the case stays.
The case stays and it's on hold. It's not kicked out. He has not been found innocent. It is not dismissed. It is on hold, like you would have pushed the pause button. When you play something, you pause it. And until the higher court hears the appeal by the Prime Minister to throw out that affidavit, it cannot go forward, because that could mean that if it is kept, it can be used in the case, in the trial.
True.
Right? And if it is not kept, then that means that it can't be used in the trial. And then both sides would have to then make a decision on how they move forward, if it's staying or not staying.
Very said. Very well said. I get it totally. I got it. Thank you, Sarah. Thank you. Big up. So now we got it, Jamaica. The Prime Minister is not innocent. The case stays. Thank you for that clarity on the matter, Comrade Tara.
I think that is pretty crystal clear, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to go into some deeper analysis from Mystic Sensation. Let's get it. I'll make sure so you guys go and follow Drebrian on TikTok for all the TikTokers. If you have not yet, follow Drebrian on TikTok. All right, let's go.
Andrew Holness. Looking on this now in terms of my subjective opinion, maybe just argue. If FID did have anything over the year that vindicate Andrew Holness, information would have leaked to Big Mama. Andrew Holness would want that to come out, and he would want, he would claim, you know, to exonerate it, right? But what this is going to telling all of us, that over by FID, they are looking at some serious situations involving the Prime Minister. And his friend can't help him. Trust me, his friend cannot help him. Who are trying to help Andrew Holness, they can't help him. Can't help him. The IC, we said it could not certify the income declaration, preferred the matter to the financial investigation, referred the matter to the financial investigation division, citing the Prime Minister's failure to provide expense detail. Well, guess what? He can't provide them. And he will never able to provide them.
So if he was able to, we wouldn't have all of this conundrum that is happening how many years now.
He's in
all
trouble.
They simply ask for is a documentation to validate his enrichment.
And there is no way he can provide. He can't.
All they've been asking for.
And looking on it. Remember, you know what people need to understand in terms of
that try to, for the people out there that try to defend Andrew Holness, what Mystic Sensation, Byron's wife, just said simplifies and sums up this entire thing. All they're asking Andrew Holness for, pick up yourself. Every time you do a live, anyway, anytime, all Andrew has to do is explain his wealth. That's all the Integrity Commission requires, you know. And because he's unable to do so, this is why he's suing them and trying to, and even his affidavit asks the court to remove the illicit enrichment portion of the Integrity Commission Act. Imagine tabling the bill, knowing that that is a part of it. And now you, as the Prime Minister that tabled the bill, tabled the act, now you want it removed because your ass is grass. You are in hot water. Nobody can tell me that Andrew Holness made his money clean after this move that he made, suing the Integrity Commission. Nobody can convince me that Andrew Holness money is not dirty. Nobody. That's me. And I'm not, I don't, you know, you guys can think whatever you want to think, but those two actions for me tells me everything I need to know about this case. To me, Andrew Holness being guilty is a formality. It's only a matter of time. It's only a matter of time. Because all he has to do is tell the Integrity Commission, explain how did you make the money. The fact that he's either unwilling or unable or decide not to do, and then went ahead to sue the Integrity Commission to remove the illicit enrichment and even strike out the report in itself and make it null and void. Yes, he did that. He attempted that in his affidavit. Those things that he asked for tells me that Andrew Holness' money is not clean. But that's just my opinion. In the court of law, they have not deemed so yet. Let's continue.
2016 investigation began, you know. 2016.
That's why it's so many years.
And
they've been asking for just simple documentation.
Yes, and then a special investigator, right? When we hear Big Mama and other people is saying that the special investigator, right, talking about 28 bank accounts and where nothing like that and where blah blah. It is that special investigator caused the Integrity Commission investigators to start to look way back in 1998. It is that special investigator. So what Big Mama and Emily Shields them trying to swing to people that there is no 28 account existed and so forth and so forth. They are just spinning things over there. They can't say if Andrew Holness really actually. It is that same special investigator on it that caused the case, the IC, to look back way back in 1998, which revealed that the Prime Minister was Ponzi scheme up in, which revealed the cash plus. The whole saga. This is nasty for the Prime Minister.
But all of that, remember, came out of the mouth of the Prime Minister.
Exactly. Nasty for the Prime Minister. Take away this document. Right. So, Jamaica, The Prime Minister is in some serious predicament. Serious predicament. And based on what I'm looking on, right? There's nothing. He cannot be helped. He cannot be helped. Let me tell you something, Jamaica. Don't pay attention to the spinning of Big Mama and Emily Shields and coming out and blah 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 blah. They are just spinners. They are just deflectors. Look here. They don't even know them head from them foot. I tell you that. Them don't even know them head from them foot. So I am telling you that Andrew Holness is in some serious. No, can you imagine that Andrew Holness and him liar? Is now pushing for indefinite stay. Then Andrew, let me ask you a question. No, you run on for the IC. Want to say that the IC, the accused you wrongfully, the IC, the this and the IC, the that and the IC, all sort of man of evil. But here you are now. You understand, because you don't want the judge to make a ruling on it. You understand, you know, and your lawyers, you understand, is seeking now indefinite stay because you don't want the judge to make a ruling on it. You're further embarrassed. You understand, because
because it's pending the outcome
right?
of the other one.
And yes, it's pending the outcome of the previous, right? So then it is going to be bang around. Look here, Jamaican people. Let me say this. For the next few months ahead, Jamaica Labour Party in trouble. Andrew Holness in trouble. Andrew Holness in trouble. And let me tell Andrew Holness this. Let me, providing that the court find Royal Reid guilty, it is going to be the breaking point. It is going to be a domino effect. Domino effect. Remember, people, I am saying this to you. Remember, Mystic Sensation. Today, Thursday, what, 16th or 15th? Thursday, 15th, 16th. Remember, my Jamaican people, Mystic Sensation. I am not those who believe that, one of those who believe that, look, nothing is not happening on the judiciary and getting tired and getting weary. Based on what I'm seeing, it gives me all the cause to be happy, because remember, I've been telling you time and time that the judiciary, Jamaica judiciary, and they are not going to let me down. Jamaican judiciary system, the jurisprudence is solid. Remember that Mystic Sensation one. Our jurisprudence is solid. I'm not take back my talk. All right, without any delay, let me bring in Melting Pot. Now, Melting Pot, come into the space.
The Andrew Holness, very interesting. Very, very interesting. Hey, man, listen. I feel good, you know. As long as justice is being served, I feel good. I feel good. I knew that I would now. And even in my confusion, in my live stream earlier today, is a lack of understanding, which is now clear to me. I'm good. I was good then, because my whole thing is, if men fail, God will not. That is my foundation for my peace and my serenity here in this country. If men fail, God will not. That is it for me. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section. I hope that clears up everything. Even the video that my sister Anessa Bell Rose did, even her video, she was a bit perturbed as I was. I was like, wait, what does this mean actually? And if this is true, then does that mean this and this and this? But now everything is cleared up. Please drop your comments in the comment section. Keep praying, keep fasting, and hey man, Jamaica is still under that spell of bloodshed, and guys, just stay prayed up and be safe out there, be safe in the streets, protect your children through prayer and anoint them, you know, with the olive oil, and pray for them. Remember the message to the remnant. Remember the message to the remnant that Pastor Peter Chambers and Mark Stewart and Jeffrey Shuttleworth and all the other men and women of God has sent. So You understand? To them, remember the message, apply the message. This is spiritual warfare and wickedness in very high places. The word is love. Big up on yourself. Alright?